On this episode of the Make Ideas Reality podcast, I thought with this episode we would go into my crazy morning routine.
Yeah. Because I have this romantic relationship with pillows and dinners.
So, I knew there was another. I knew there was another in our relationship. I just go straight in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Boom, I'm in. I don't know what you're talking about, Grey's Anatomy. This is baloney. You're blackmailing me. I can't believe you're doing this to me.
Shall we sing it out?
No, I'm not going to do that. Oh my God, Kristin. Hello and welcome to Make Ideas Reality, the podcast. This is a podcast dedicated to everyday creative heroes making their ideas reality that wouldn't necessarily get their story heard. I hope to inspire you with their stories, give you courage to leave your comfort zone, think big, and be the badass creator you are meant to be. I'm Justin White, aka the Garage Avenger. Let's do this! Hello and welcome to Garage Avenger. No, that was what I was going to say.
Well, you are that too. So, understandably.
Hello and welcome to the Make Ideas Reality podcast. It's episode 40. And like always,
I'm here. Hello, everybody.
The wifey is here.
Yeah, great to be back.
Welcome,
Thank you.
Kristin.
Thank you. Pleasure, as always.
So, where were we at the last episode? Episode 30 with Kristin. We talked a lot about
the gremlins.
The gremlins, yeah. Dealing with those things that make your life unpleasant. You know, the outbursts, the problems,
the difficult situations.
And dealing with your emotions when you're under stress and all that sort of stuff. So if you want to go have a listen to that episode, if you haven't already, go back to episode 30, dealing with the gremlins, it's called. It's
a good one.
Yeah,
and I think in a little bit today, didn't we?
Yeah, I had to re-listen to it because I had to remember what I actually said. We talked a lot about the books and stuff and the podcasts that I'd been listening to like reprogram my brain. So basically, I had been thinking a lot of negative thoughts, and I realized if I wanted to change and I wanted to do better, I needed to change the thoughts going into my head. And the only way I was going to do that was by putting new thoughts in there. And that was by reading books, listening to podcasts, just constantly feeding my brain with the right information to help me get myself out of these holes that I was in and often would fall in. Yeah. So I thought with this episode, we would go into my crazy morning routine.
Yeah, sounds good.
Which has come a little bit from all the stuff that I've been
absorbing.
Absorbing, you know, the podcast, the books, a whole heap of stuff. And the reason why I think I have a good, solid morning routine is it sets my day up properly so that I can function, hopefully, at my best. Even if I wake up in an existential funk.
Which happens.
Which I think happens to all of us sometimes, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Just me less than you.
I hope that my morning routine will help me get out of that, you know, with a click of the finger, hopefully. But it's not quite with a click of the finger because it's quite an extensive morning routine. So
it's a few things you do.
I wanted to share with you my crazy morning routine, and I'll get Kristin's thoughts on each of those things that I do in the morning. So let's just get straight into it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right.
So what's the first thing you do?
Alarm goes off.
Beep, 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 beep. Did you like that? Special effects. Very good at that.
I hate the alarm. It's like my worst enemy. And I wish sometimes I could throw it.
Is there anybody that loves the alarm that just goes, yes, I love that sound. I just want to bounce out of bed. Nobody does that. I'd be very surprised. I want to hear from you if you do that, because I'm quite a happy person and no way I can still not do that.
So I have this routine that it starts literally from the second I wake up. So when I'm consciously aware that I'm awake, I will count to 5 and sit up in bed. That's the first thing. Now, the 5-second rule I got from Kristin and a book she read.
Yeah.
Do you want to fill them in on that?
Yeah. It's Mel Robbins, who wrote, it's literally called The 5-Second Rule. Go check it out. It has changed a lot of people's lives. Some people work with the 3-second rule and some people work for a 5-second rule. It's all up to you, but it's very effective. It really is.
Because I used to run by the 5-second rule plus 2 to 3 minutes. Like that was the way I functioned before. And it doesn't work as good.
No, I'm probably more like plus 20. Yep. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the idea behind the 5-second rule is you kind of you count to 5 and you make it happen after 5.
Yep.
Because if you wait longer, you'll never execute. You never get up. You never start your
procrastination.
Day. You procrastinate.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like the snooze button, right? Bang.
Yeah.
You keep on hitting it because you just.
It's my favorite friend.
Try. If I have to listen to your alarm.
But it's so pleasurous compared to the beep, 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 beep.
Actually, I was listening to it this morning and I thought, wow, it is quite calm, but also creepy, weirdly.
Yeah, because it keeps rising, right? So it just goes louder and louder, but then it says plinky plonky sounds. So, because we can't share alarm because he has this fancy light that gives you like natural light,
which I don't even notice anyway, so it's kind of useless. I think
for me, I would notice it because as soon as I get light in my face, I'm like, okay, it's morning, we're up, even if it's pitch dark outside. So for me, it's quite efficient. But yeah, anyway, so you get up.
I'm up after 5 seconds. If I can, I will go to the window and look out the window.
Or open the curtains. Which is actually quite nice.
But if I can't, then I just continue on with the rest of my routine. Now, if I do so, the reason why I do that is by opening the curtains or the blinds, you get blue light. And blue light starts your body up. It's a weird thing, but it's scientifically proven that when you get blue light on your body and in your brain boots up. It releases a chemical and it just boots up. And generally what I do when I'm staring out the window into nothingness or checking out the tiles on the roof, I do the next step of my morning routine. And that is gratitude. So I will do 5 things, or I will say 5 things out aloud that I'm grateful for. Now, I think I've talked about this before, but the 5 things can be anything. It literally can be my dog is still alive because she's still kicking and she's nearly 15. And we're so lucky to have her, even though she farts like a champion today. Holy crap.
Oh, it's nasty.
Bad.
Let's not talk about it.
I mean, another one could be the fact that I've got a smelling sense and I can smell India's farts. Because you know, like, it can be as simple as that.
Yep.
But then you can also say, like, I woke up this morning. I'm not dead. I'm alive.
Yep.
I've got a roof over my head.
I'm not sick.
I'm not sick. I've got the kids slept the whole night through.
Or you look over and one of the kids are in the bed and you go, wow, we made that.
Yeah, that's another cool one, right?
Yeah.
And so putting those thoughts in your head first thing helps you push out those negative things that you can wake up with.
I do that too when I eventually wake up. I like to, when he's opened the curtains, I like to still lie in bed because I have this romantic relationship with pillows and doonas. So
I knew there was another. I knew there was another in our relationship.
No, not at all. Not at all. But if you have good linen, doonas, pillows, it's magic to be in that place. And I love lying there and just thinking about gratitude and things I'm grateful for. It's a great moment of my day. Yeah.
And I would also say that like the gratitude helps push out those negative thoughts, because if you've ever had a bad dream and woken up and feel like really just not good in the morning. Like I've had, like just recently this week, I had some weird dreams about traveling on a plane during COVID times, and
Wow.
and like it was, I don't know, it was weird. It's like I had to travel, and I felt like this sense of like anxiety from the dream, right? And I woke up still feeling that anxiety that I had in the dream. And by opening the window, sucking in the blue light, and putting 5 things that I'm grateful for, which is positive energy, it helps push out that, negative thing that you were just dreaming of. And I think a lot of people may not relate to that, but for me, who's very, very aware of my own state of mind, that helps.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Try it.
Should I go on to the next bit?
Yeah, I think we move on to the next bit.
So I've now said my 5 things of gratitude. I get up and I go straight into the kitchen. I go to the fridge where I have pre-squeezed lemon juice, which I do in batches. I put a dash of lemon juice and fill up a 500 milliliter glass, so that's a pint of water. And I weirdly just scull that thing. Like I chug that thing down like a champion every morning. And there's a scientific side of that.
It's alkaline.
It's alkaline, yeah. Most people think that like lemon juice is acidic. But
with water like that, it actually cleanses your whole system. So your liver, your kidneys, everything gets just a cleansing in the morning.
And so that's what I'll do. I'll drink the water, and it'll kickstart your immune system, kickstart your body in general to cleanse all the bad stuff that's been in your body from the day before and get rid of it. Then my next process, now I've changed this recently, and now I don't do it every day because, let's be honest, I'm still pushing myself into it. But at the moment, I've started going for a jog. So jogging with a silent J.
Yeah.
No, and that was a decision that I made because I wanted to get a bit more physical and healthier, I guess, in that regards, because I felt like I'm not getting active enough. I'm not being physical enough. I'm not exercising enough to maintain like all the other stuff that I'm doing for my body, the good things that I'm doing for my body. Yeah. So I need to get back into that.
You used to walk dogs. Realistically, you could take them for a good spin.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, one is gone and the other one's old, so that's not really an option anymore.
Yeah. So I basically have now just decided that I'm gonna go for a run and try and push that one out. So what I'll do is I'll throw on my shoes, shorts and a t-shirt. It was cold as hell today, but I just pushed through it. And I also should say I have this weird thing about pushing through barriers like that. Like I started thinking about how powerful our thoughts are. So today I was outside. I knew it was cold. Like I saw the temperature. It was 3 degrees outside this morning when I went for a run. And I knew it was cold, but I just told myself it wasn't. And then I just pushed through and went for a run. And yeah, my hands felt a little bit cold, but my rest of my body was good. And
you Wim Hof it.
Yeah, I Wim Hofed it.
Yeah, that's the one.
Kristin laughs at me because I'm into this Dutch guy called Wim Hof at the moment, who does quite a lot of breathing techniques, and it's a bit different from what most people think. And
alternative.
Yeah, it is a little alternative. Yeah. And he is a bit strange in some ways. But
he's also cool. Like he tests boundaries, realistically, of the human body.
I find him fascinating because, he's got world records of crazy stuff. I mean, he did it. He climbed Mount Everest in a pair of boots and shorts. That's it. No jacket, nothing.
No t-shirt?
No t-shirt. Oh. He did a half marathon in the Arctic Circle barefoot. The list goes on. He swum something ridiculous, like, was it 75 meters underwater in water at 0 degrees?
Like icy water.
Ice water, yeah. And with one breath. That's crazy. And the thing that pushed me over the edge is like he got injected with E. coli. Now, for those who don't know, if you get injected with E. coli, you get crazy sick.
Yeah.
And he got injected with E. coli and nothing happened to him. And so they thought, well, if your breathing technique is so good, can it work for other people? So they randomly picked 12 people to do his breathing over a 4-day period, and then they injected them with E. coli and nothing happened to them. And it made me think, okay, well, is there something in this? So I've been enjoying looking into his theories and understanding the way he thinks about breathing and how you connect your brain and the fight or flight mode and all these other things that he does. And I think realistically it's just interesting for me because I'm kind of always pushing myself to know, like, what else can I do, like, with my brain and my body, like, what are the limitations I can actually push myself to?
Exactly. And that, especially that you feel are health gaining for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. So where was I? Yes, I've had a bit of a run, and then now I'm Wim Hofing it in the shower now. This has definitely come from Wim Hof.
Yeah.
Now this is, although I didn't know that much about Wim Hof, his cold shower theory has filtered through society. A lot of people use, millions of people
we
cold
mentioned
shower.
it in the last episode, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Aubrey Marcus.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And so I do a cold shower. So I jump in there, I count to 5, I do the 5, and I just go straight in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom, I'm in.
So he started that this summer. He has originally been doing it with hot shower first, then to cold.
I realize that's cheating. It's cheating, babe.
Apparently it's not good enough. But anyway, but he's he's always been one for the really toasty hot shower. Like this, the steamy, go past the 38 degrees
Oh yeah, I love those.
hot shower.
But now I'm loving the opposite.
Yeah, exactly. But I've always been more of a 36 sort of. So for me, the step wasn't that long, but it was still. I actually reckon it's colder when you're half cold to cold, because you're already cooling your body down. While when you've saunaed your skin and then goes to cold, it's really refreshing, right?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. So it's cool. But now you've done the whole extreme new way of pure ice, baby.
Now there's a reason why I don't just self-massacre myself like I'm not a masochist. I do it for a reason. So the reason why I do it is the fact is the cold shower sends your body into like a state of alarm, I guess you'd say. But it's a good alarm. So it sends your body, like, pumps adrenaline in, which releases a neuro
Toxins?
no neurotoxins are bad, babe. We don't want to.
Daisy.
It releases all the endorphins and gets your blood flowing, and because your skin is the biggest organ you have, right? So, by the cold water touching all your biggest organ, it gets your blood circulating even more, which helps your immune system and boosts a lot of your bodily functions, and so it's a huge health benefit to actually do the cold showers, and you should be doing them for holding the cold water for anywhere between 2 to 3 minutes. So I hold usually 3.5, 4 minutes nearly, because I do my washing and scrubbing and stuff, and I know what you're saying. Oh, but Justin, you just don't get clean, the same way in a cold shower. I agree with you. So I do occasionally have a hot shower in between, so that I do get clean. But I always finish that off with a cold shower at the end.
Always a cold shower. Do your stuff. That's what I do. I do my stuff, and then I always have to finish now with the cold shower. We've broken it. It says somewhere, I don't know where, but I'm pretty sure the theory is that if you do something for more than 40 days, you've created a new habit.
Yep.
So I've got it. I've got the bug now. Oh, good one, India.
That dog.
Too many quads here for her.
Yeah, so that's been great for me personally. I actually weirdly thoroughly enjoy the cold shower.
It's invigorating.
I couldn't start the day, and I literally, if I have a warm shower, on the occasion that I do that, and I don't finish with the cold, and I just in a robot mode, and I just get out of the shower. The second I step out of the shower, I have to go back in and turn the cold on and stand there and cool myself. It's a weird thing, but
it's a mental thing.
It's like having 3 cups of coffee. It makes you awake properly. You are awake. You are functioning. Your body is ready to go for the day. So, on top of all the water, on top of the exercise, and then the cold shower, you're probably the most awake you've ever been. So I think that for me really works. And I know a lot of you guys probably literally drag your body up, go into the kitchen, slam a coffee down, and off you go to work.
Or sit down and have a coffee, but that's one of the starters. People have to have that before they even go in the shower.
And for me to talk about all this stuff seems ridiculous, but the big reason, I still haven't even finished my morning routine because it's crazy. I told you it's crazy. The big reason why I'm telling you guys about this is because it's fundamentally changed the way I function. I think I wouldn't be able to produce half the amount of work I do, considering like I've got this podcast, I've got a YouTube channel, I've got work, I've got family, I've got, kids, I've got social life on top of all that. And I don't think I could do that if I didn't get the time to just kind of focus on myself in the morning without kids and Kristin and other things, because it kind of sets your mind right to start the day. So,
and then,
yeah. Then we go into. So I finish my cold shower. I'm alive. Woo, yeah. Let's go. Let's do this. I love life. And so I'll throw a pair of jocks on and I'll go and roll out the yoga mat. Now, we talked about this a little bit last time. Now, yoga scares like most men. Like I know that majority of my listeners here are men, and yoga is like, what the that's some pussy shit. Like, who does that? And I want to tell you guys, though, this is... Seriously,
sorry,
dog.
dog. Sorry, God. We've got company of our dog. She decided to eat right in the middle of recording, so this is great. So, oh my gosh. Just enjoy that, people. This is what life in the crazy house means, especially when you're doing a podcast.
Yeah. Now, where the bloody hell was
yoga?
Yeah, okay, yoga, right. Now, you guys, like I was saying, it's kind of... Oh my God, what is that dog doing? India, just relax.
Go take a chill pill, darling.
Oh my gosh.
There we go. Oh. I'm sure she's fine.
Yoga is taboo, like I said, and she dog on my brain. Oh my God. Just relax. Yes, just relax. Go lie down. Yes, you. Yeah, you. Just relax.
It was yummy? Mm-hmm. Yummy? Sorry, peeps. We just have to talk to our dog for a minute there.
I'm probably going to have to edit
yoga
this out.
That's okay. Just keep it in. Makes it real. So
the truth is that, it's not yoga in my eyes. It's literally like stretching. And this just makes my body function better because I've got these big long limbs and, too, like stress for me, when I do have stress, it's very much to do with my body. My shoulders start getting like tense, and I get, especially my calf muscles, weirdly I start getting a whole heap of like tension in there. And by doing yoga every day and stretches every day, this helps me like relax those muscles, get them a little bit less tense than they were. And I think, and I think that's a good thing. Like it's a like
Hail yoga. Plus the breathing. Don't forget the breathing. Yogic breathing is immense. Well, you were just talking about it today around the dinner table. How effective right breathing is and how crucial it is for us. Right? Yeah. I found that super interesting.
One of the podcasts I was listening to today, there's a guy on there talking about breathing and how important it is. And so he had written a book called Breathe, I think it was. And he had done he had a lot of health problems. Nothing that he thought was like crazy. Like he would get like a mild like sense of pneumonia every year, I should say. Mild form of ammonia. And then, then he would have like a bronchial kind of cough and things like that. And then it found out that through a doctor that she sort of said, you might want to start breathing more through your nose.
Super fascinating.
And he's like, what? She said, here, go to this breathing class. Now, he went to a breathing class. Sounds crazy, but it kind of like transformed his whole entire life. So literally by breathing through his mouth,
he was getting sicker.
He was basically slowly killing himself. Now, how many of you guys are out there breathing through your mouth all the time? Like all of us, I reckon, at some point, right?
Well, every now and then. But I don't deal well with not breathing through my nose. That's why for so many years I've been addicted to nose spray, for example.
Yeah.
Because I get claustrophobic if I can't breathe through my nose. But there's so many other people out there who are mouth breathers.
And I mean, the fact is that mouth breathing he said the mouth breathing changes the shape of your face.
That's like...
That was crazy. And I was like,
interesting.
what? How does that make sense? And then he explained that when you mouth breathe, your chin actually becomes like more in and your face gets elongated. And doctors can actually look at you and know if you were a mouth breather as a child.
Huh.
Rather than a nose breather.
Interesting.
And so this is the interesting part.
How's my chin looking? Just kidding.
This is the interesting part about the body, right? We think we know a lot, but we know nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm learning every single day about what I'm capable of, whether it's just going out for a run in the cold and telling myself that it's not cold and not really being cold. Or, just breathing and knowing that if I breathe properly, that I feel better and more like leveled. And if I breathe more, like I don't get edgy. Like, for example, when I'm working with the kids in the daycare, if I'm very conscious that I'm breathing properly when I'm dealing with a situation with the kids, I keep really, really calm. But if I'm not aware of what I'm doing with my breathing, I get really snappy with the kids. Like I'm grumpy, or
Yeah, because you're not getting enough oxygen. You're short breathing, most likely. Because you're also getting stressed. So when we get stressed, we short breathe, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
So it's something that you probably don't even think about on a daily basis that could really change some part of your life immensely.
100%.
Whether it's just sleeping better, whether it's
calming yourself down.
Calming yourself down in situations, or whether it's exercise. Now, I know that when I go running, I breathe a lot more through my mouth than my nose. I try to breathe through my nose, but it doesn't happen as much as I'd like. And so that also needs to be taken into consideration. So it's kind of crazy thing to think about.
So that came from yoga. That was just I just wanted to share that because I thought that was so interesting today. So, but that comes from the yoga as well.
And once I finish the yoga, I feel like a kind of new person. I feel like I'm like fresh and alive and ready to start the day. Like I can deal with the kids' tantrums better.
And it's not like he gets interrupted every now and then, or like we have a household, 2 kids, a dog, me. We all need something at some stage, but most days he has a good flow on it. But every now and then when he's doing yoga, maybe I have to leave while he's doing yoga. So there's always interruptions too, but he still manages to complete it. I think maybe that's the takeaway too. Even though there are interruptions, you still manage to complete all of it.
Yeah,
and I think
as
that's
much as
super,
possible.
yeah, and I think it's super fascinating because I think for me, I think a lot of people would just, when that happens, they would just give up because it's an obstacle, right? It's, oh, I can't just do it my way. I can't just get it. But you've just adapted to this thought that it sort of comes with all of it. And then you push through it.
Well, often
And I think it's
Henry
amazing.
will come and like
while you're doing yoga.
he'll like jump on my back whilst I'm trying to do something,
or
you know.
spank your bum or whatever he does.
Yeah, and I mean it's part of it. And I laugh about it, and but I, you know, what I mean, in some way he respects it. He's like, Dad's just doing his stretching, like.
Well, he knows what yoga is. We did that during Corona, so when we had our shutdowns, the kids got to do yoga, and he actually quite enjoyed it. So now that he knows that that's what Dad does, they respect it, which I think is wonderful. And it'll only open their world as well, right? By showing them.
Yeah. I think it was great though, like to see that he understood what it is now and that he, you know, sees his dad does it and it's okay. Like that's Dad's routine every morning. Sees that I'm doing stretching and
exactly,
you know, that sort of thing. There's not much more to my routine, weirdly, than that.
The morning routine, no. Well, you've started another new thing actually.
What's that?
The fasting. He used to eat breakfast. That was one of his things. He had to eat breakfast before he left for work. And during the summer, we started talking about fasting. And so he's like, oh, I'm going to do it. And that's Justin in a nutshell. If he puts his mind to it, he's like, no, all right, doing it. And then it happens. So he's now started fasting as well for sort of an amount of hours.
Yeah, it's called intermittent fasting. Now, proper intermittent fasting, you have certain days where you don't eat at all. But the way I do it is I try to eat in a short window. Although sometimes in the evening that doesn't work out when I'm sitting there editing or doing something and then I find some goddamn delicious chips. Or
Grey's Anatomy time and a garlic bread.
I don't know what you're talking about, Grey's Anatomy. This is baloney. You're blackmailing me. I can't believe you're doing this to me.
Shall we sing it out?
No, I'm not going to do that. Holy God, Kristin.
Should just do it. It'd be so much fun.
No, we're not doing it. I can't sing for crap anyway. Yeah, so the intermittent fasting, it's basically I just wait till 10. If I go to work, I wait till 10:30 because that's when we eat with the kids. Otherwise, I wait till after 11 o'clock to eat something. And I used to be opposite. Like I used to like die if I wasn't eating. And actually, if I think about it, it's much better. I feel better, weirdly. It's crazy.
You're clearer in the mind because you don't actually get fogged by the sugar that you input to your body.
And like the water, like allowing that water to cleanse your body for longer that you've been drinking with the lemon in it, I think, you know, I feel much better.
And mind you, if you don't like the lemon, just have a big glass of water. That's I haven't done the lemon thing, but I probably should. But I do the glass of water in the morning too. I don't have to do it before I go in the shower, and I don't have this set routine, but as long as I get it in me before I jet off to work. That's the most important one for me.
And I think, you know, the whole idea behind this morning routine, again, is just to get yourself going and firing on all cylinders. And I think for me, like, I needed that. Like, if you're telling yourself right now, listening to this, like, I don't need that, well, you don't need it. It's all good. Like, I'm not going to hold it against you.
Maybe you don't need it. Everybody's different. I don't have it.
I mean,
I don't do the same stuff.
Some people wake up and just good to go. And that's cool. But I was never like that. And so this, for me, has helped me a lot. to like move forward and get going and feel good about the day starting. So yeah, I have to get up earlier than Kristin and the kids to do that, but it feels better, and I feel like a better husband. I feel like
it's not that much earlier, realistically.
Yeah, and I feel like a better
I'm lazy.
feel like a better dad as well. So and then of course, you know, with my work and stuff like that, I feel like I'm a better person at work, the day job, and then also in the garage. Like better, I function better, I operate better. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to share for this episode. I hope you guys got something from it. Kristin, did you want to add anything else to this episode before we finish up?
Yeah. It was a bit more of when you have a routine or the structure of that. When we did a bit of brainstorming, we were kind of like to get people to understand. It was more you can compare it to, for example, for kids. If they have good structure, they're calmer kids.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't that be the same for adults? You're still the same human being. Okay, not the same doesn't work for absolutely everybody, but in theory, it probably does too. Like we all need some sort of structure, be it like go to work every day, or your morning routine, or eat dinner together every afternoon and the whole family sits down, or like everybody needs some things that create structure during the day, because if it's just a complete flow of the day, most of the time you end up feeling less successful.
Yeah, actually that's a good point. Because if you can nail the routine in the morning, like you've got one thing down. And often for those who are super creative, like they're all over the place. Like I remember talking to Bobby Duke about his like morning routine, and he doesn't have one. And he, like, also speaking with his wife, you know, she was saying that basically he wishes that he could be a bit, you know, like more structured and calmer, because that she thinks that could help him. And it's all about finding what works for him.
Definitely.
And, you know, maybe he'll find that, maybe he won't. Maybe he'll listen to this podcast and find something that works for him. Who knows?
Could be.
So,
but yeah, I think that's a pretty good takeaway, that structure creates calm in your life. And then, did we have anything else? Yeah, because I actually wanted to touch a little bit on, because I'm a bit the opposite to Justin. Not so much during the week, but especially on the weekends, because I have a full set job during the week, and the weeks are so full on with get up, get dressed, get everybody fed, make sure the lunches are ready, get out the door, get everybody delivered to where they need to be, and then go to work, do your work, either if it's home office or commuting to Oslo, and then come home, pick up kids, make dinner, eat dinner, relax for a little bit, and so it's pretty massive in the fact that it's am I continuing or? Yeah. And so the week is so full on that when I get to the weekends, it's not like I don't like to have plans for the weekends, because I do every now and then. We have plans for the weekend to catch up with people, have fun with people, or do something special with the kids, or certain things like that. But some weekends when we have nothing on, I just don't want to do anything. Okay, that's not true. I want to do something. I want to sit and drink my coffee. Is yours not on?
Yours on. Oh, it died.
Oh, mine's on. It's okay. I'm pretty sure it's going to be okay, Justin, because you've been sitting right next to this one.
Yeah, and right next to us.
Yeah, we've been hugging all the time. So that infuriates Justin on the weekends. If when we have weekends like that, he doesn't get angry, that's not what I mean, but it just gets him frustrated because he has so much he wants to achieve. And I completely understand. It's just that I am then on a different wavelength where I just go, oh, I don't know, just take it as it comes. And my next bus sort of personality really comes out. And then, but it also usually gives you, when I do that, then usually you can get time in the garage when we don't have something else on.
I think the thing that annoys me the most when there's no plans is the fact that there's no plans, so therefore I can't plan. So like I want to have a certain slot where I don't feel like I'm going to be neglecting my family or my kids or other commitments to do what I like to do, right? So that's why the wishy-washy weekend doesn't work for me, because again, I have a lot on my plate. Like I chose to put it on my plate. I chose this, but Kristin has been very supportive in the decisions that I've made. But her wishy-washy weekends,
which I love, makes me so happy.
Make me feel like, now I'm just gonna like use up a lot of time not being productive, and that's something that I feel like a lot harder to deal with, like not moving forward, rather than stopping and enjoying that time. Actually, like for me personally, I need to get over that. I need to move through that and just enjoy.
That's what I do. That's what I do then. I just live in the moment. I'm just right here, right now. If we want to watch a movie, we watch a movie. And
if anything, like realistically, it would be better if we scheduled it as a do anything day.
Yeah.
So therefore I knew it was a do anything day.
Maybe we should.
And then I'd be okay with it not achieving anything in that day.
Maybe that's a good pointer for us to take away from this podcast, because we've never thought of it that way, that we can actually schedule it in as or maybe it's just a half day until 1 p.m. It's relax in the morning, long breakfast, and the things we like to do in the morning, and then from 1 o'clock, okay, then we change. So it's good. Yeah, I like that. We can do that. That's good. But yeah, that was kind of the last bit I wanted to share. That we also have it traces back to the structure, though. That for some people it's very important to have that structure, and then you have hippies like me who do it differently, at least for the weekend.
Yeah, I think it's that flexibility though, and not being so rigid. That's why I do yoga.
Or I keep it fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm a very serious person. Like everyone thinks I'm like this funny guy, or
you are funny,
whatever. But I like look at this conversation we're having.
It's quite
like,
serious.
It's quite serious, right?
He takes what he does very, very seriously. So where I probably am a bit more silly. It's not like you're not silly and doesn't kick up a dance in the kitchen with me, he does. That's not what we mean. It's just, yeah.
You're light and bubbly. I'm like structured and serious.
It's a good combo.
Yeah.
Yin yang. There you've got us.
It's very, very yin yang.
Yin yang and our yogic breathing. And I think on that note, I'm pretty satisfied with this. Did you have one more thing you wanted to talk about?
It was only music. The music side of things is another thing I changed in my routine, I guess you'd say, but not necessarily my routine, but my like whole life. I changed music.
Yeah.
And that's,
we've talked a lot about that, haven't we?
It's crazy because I used to be like a metalhead. I love metal. Like I was digging metal.
Yeah, I can't listen to it.
But you know what? I started reading over the years, and everything that I learned along the way is if you don't put the right stuff in your ears, then you can't expect, the same results. So it became very apparent, unfortunately, that metal music, as much as I loved it, was actually kind of bad for
Destructive
me. Yeah,
for
it's
you.
destructive. Like just the energy, the anger, the hate in a lot of the music that I was listening to, like, was not actually good for me. So I decided that, okay,
you changed to more poppy music.
What do I want? Do I want to be like this metalhead guy, or do I want to be happy? And I chose happiness over that. So therefore, I decided it's one thing I have to sacrifice. I don't not listen to metal, but I actively choose if I'm not feeling in a really good place. Like I actively choose to make sure that I choose the right music.
It doesn't mean that for other people. It's also how your ears function, right? Or how you take in sound waves and things like that. But it's not to say that for everybody that has the same effect. We're not all made and built completely the same.
No, but I mean, you couldn't listen to music like that and be happy all the time. No. I think the honest truth is, there's science behind this.
Yeah. I actually, if you put very hard heavy metal music on for me for too long, I switch and I become really angry, and I'm not a very angry person. So for me, it has a big effect on my mood. Music, huge effect. I usually put on dancey, peppy music. That's what I like. Things that I can dance to. Not bang my head to, because I'm not a headbanger. So I need to dance, move. It's fun.
And I get that. Like, because I very much thought, like, the aggression I got out, in heavy metal music, I thought made me feel better, like at the time. But then after changing music, I realized it wasn't making it better. It was just kind of like
melancholy. That's kind of
it was kind of putting a band-aid on it. So, and you weren't getting rid of it. You weren't pushing it out with like positive
energy,
fun, like loving energy.
Yeah.
And so basically I changed my music because I thought I know what I need, and I need the right things in the right place. And that's what I needed to feel better about me, about my life, about, waking up in the morning, about everything, right? So
I often put on music just as I get out of bed, because it has such a powerful effect. If you put on like good mood music,
it can change the way your day starts, right? And
if you dance out the door when you're like, if you pretty much dance out the door, you're dead set to have a great day.
And that's my point.
Yeah.
It's like when you put that into your life, the good energy, the good vibes, the fun, then you're going to have a fun day. Like, who doesn't want to have a fun day?
Oh, exactly.
Right? Who wants to be miserable and sad all the time? Like some people do, but
Cry.
you know, like that's not what I wanted. So, and I took a leaf out of Kristin's book. So, I think we'll leave it there. You guys, if you liked what we talked about, if you want any more information on what we talked about,
Give us a shout out.
Yep. Let us know. Send us a DM to @GarageAvenger on Instagram. Thanks all for listening. Thanks, Kristin, for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yep.
Can I also say you can find, I started a new Instagram, which is called Oppfinnerfrue, which is maker wife. So you can find that on there. And yeah, I'm just sharing some new stuff, which I think is fun. My do it yourself projects.
You might want to spell that out for people because Oppfinnerfrue might be hard for most people who don't speak Norwegian. Yeah.
I'm sure if you opp, so OPP FINNER _frue FRUE. That's it. Go find it. Go look it up. Follow me. Yay!
That's it for us today. Hope you have an awesome week, guys. Like I say, always keep pushing yourself, keep ballsing up things, keep learning, and I'll catch you on the flip side.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for listening. Bye. Good one. Woohoo! We did it.